Sick by Flying Fantasy Horse.
Something is wrong with Rarity. I can't really put my hoop on it. Rarity is always perfect and never makes mistakes. Her mane is always curly and shining, even if it's in a dark room. It's weird, because she has always had some bad days where she is exceptionally angry. But the difference was that she would get over it after a day. She hasn't gotten over it yet. I try my best to make her feel better. Not that she wants to hear it anyways, but I always try anyways. Maybe she'll notice sometime and then I can help her with her problem. She's always too busy anyways for me to help her, tending to the dresses and working on selling them. I can see why she is disappointed, because lately no pony has wanted to come to the boutique. I always tell her to make some friends or get away from work for a while, but she won't listen to me. She always tells me to be quiet. Without thinking, I listen to her and I shut my trap. I always stay in my room and play with the things that I have. I don't have any friends myself, but that's okay. Sometimes I make up my own friends and we can have fun together. We play games and we get to know each other. Rarity doesn't like my friends. She tells me that they are bad. I don't see how they can be bad. I mean, what's so bad about imaginary friends? But I don't try to let that discourage me. I call my friends Apple Bloom and Scootaloo. One is an apple bucker, another likes to fly, even though she hasn't learned yet. None of us have our cutie marks yet, but we try to get them the best we can. Even though they're imaginary, I enjoy the adventures we have, and sometimes we get in trouble with Rarity. Sometimes they don't come to my house, so I just take naps. I don't really have anything in my room, or any toys for that matter. I get bored a lot at times, so there is nothing else than just to sleep. Then I wake up and Rarity gives me my dinner. She doesn't let me eat at the table, so I eat in my room. Her cooking is actually really good. Even if she gives me soup a lot of the time, I still like it. I never get sick of it. Sometimes Rarity takes me outside for a walk in the park. I like the park because it's refreshing to see clear blue skies rather than my room all the time. I always ask Rarity if I can play with the other fillies, but she always says no. She tells me that I can play with myself in the sandbox. I like to make sandcastles with my toy bucket and shovel. The bucket and shovel is the only real toys that I actually own. Well, not really. Rarity takes them away after we come back from the park. That's basically how it goes in my life. I don't go to school. Rarity teaches me at home. Sometimes she gets mad at me when I get answers wrong. One time, I didn't know how to multiply an equation once. She got huffy and told me that I was dumb. I don't think I'm dumb. I just need to learn, that's all. She doesn't want me to hear it. She hit me in the head and left me in my room again. Rarity gets mad at me sometimes. I try my best to be perfect just like her. Sometimes she would lead me into my room and hurl insults at me. I understood everything she told me. I know I'm not smart or beautiful. Then she would leave me in my room until she gave me my next meal. The food helps me feel better about myself. Besides, I'll eat anything that Rarity gives me. One time, Rarity came into my room when all of my friends were there. She asked what was all the ruckus. I told her that my friends and I were playing a game of tag. I could tell that Rarity was about to get mad at me. Her brow furrowed and slowly walked towards. My friend stood aside as I was cornered. She raised her hoof and struck me in the face. Then she struck me again. Then again. Then again. Then again. Then again. She kept hitting me until my mouth was bleeding. My friend stood there staring at me. I don't cry though. I know that whatever Rarity says is right and I don't need to question it. Even if it doesn't make sense at first, she wouldn't do something if it didn't make sense, right? Usually after that, I go back to bed and take another nap. Sometimes I don't have a bed to sleep on because Rarity takes it away when she gets mad at me. I get it back the day after, so it's alright. I'll even miss meals after that. Then I noticed that there was something wrong with Rarity. She started hitting me more and more, even if I did nothing wrong that day. This started to become a daily thing. Then she brought something called a whip and started hitting me with that. It hurt me much more than her hooves, and it gave me cuts. She was always angry all the time, and she kept the bed away and stopped giving me meals altogether. One day, something bad happened. I could hear other ponies coming into the boutique, but I couldn't make out what they were saying. Rarity was yelling and screaming at the top of her lungs, saying that she didn't do anything. I didn't understand what was going on. Then, the door to my room opened, except it wasn't Rarity. Instead, it was this tough-looking pony in a uniform. I saw him once during a walk in the park. He wore blue and had a small black baseball bat thing in his belt. He asked me if I was alright. I said I was and asked him what was going on. He told me that I was safe and we would be going somewhere else. I asked what was going on with Rarity. He didn't answer and grabbed me. I yelled, demanding my sister. She took me out my room and I took a glimpse of Rarity. She was fighting the ponies in uniform. She was on the table and she was being chained up. I yelled and screamed, trying to save my sister. I was sent somewhere else and the uniformed ponies asked me questions. They told me something about my sister being abusive or something. I don't know what that word means. They told me that Rarity was going somewhere where bad ponies go. I told them that Rarity wasn't a bad pony. She was the nicest pony that I have ever met. They just shook their heads. Now I'm in a new home with other fillies. We share the same room and it was much better than my room. It is much more brighter and it had a lot of stuff. Also, it wasn't solid concrete and spider webs. It was actual wood and I had a much better bed. I still wish Rarity wasn't taken away. Even though I have nicer things now, Rarity was the best sister I ever had.
Let's go hunt, let's go hunt, let's go hunt, let's go hunt. Run away, run away, run away. Safe at last, safe at last, safe at last.